In a world where AI adoption is accelerating, many organizations are moving quickly, but not always deliberately. What looks like progress on the surface often hides a deeper issue, a gradual loss of control. This month, we explore a single unifying idea. Sovereign AI is not a technical concept. It is an enterprise responsibility. To understand what this really means, we need to look at 4 critical dimensions: ownership, affordability, data control, and accountability. 1. If your AI can't move, you don't own it. Let's start with ownership. Most organizations believe they own their AI because they've signed contracts, deployed platforms, or integrated tools. But in practice, ownership is not legal, it is operational. Real ownership is revealed under pressure, when conditions change, when costs shift. Can you change models without breaking systems? Can you shift infrastructure without disruption? You are dependent on it. And dependency, at enterprise scale, is not a technical issue. It is a strategic risk. 2. Local inference is the affordability strategy. Most AI plans ignore. The second dimension is affordability. Many organizations treat AI cost as a procurement problem, something to negotiate, monitor, and optimize later. But AI economics don't behave like traditional IT costs. They scale with usage, they fluctuate with demand. And in African markets, they are directly exposed to currency volatility, which means affordability is not something you manage at the end. It is something you design at the beginning. And one of the most important and most overlooked design decisions is this: where does inference happen? Where your AI runs determines your cost base, your latency and performance, your exposure to foreign pricing, and your ability to scale predictably. Defaulting to offshore inference may be convenient, but it embeds long-term economic exposure into your architecture. Local inference, when applied deliberately, becomes a strategic lever for cost control, resilience, and sustainability. 3. Your data strategy is your sovereignty strategy. The third dimension is data. If your governance is unclear, AI will scale ambiguity. AI does not fix data problems, it amplifies them. If your data is fragmented, AI will scale fragmentation. And if accountability is undefined, AI will diffuse responsibility across systems, teams, and vendors. Which raises a critical leadership question. Do we actually know how our data flows through our AI systems? Which systems touch which data? Which data must remain under our control? Who is accountable for decisions influenced by that data? Without clear answers, sovereignty becomes theoretical, because you cannot claim control over intelligence that you cannot trace. 4. Sovereignty is not politics, it's enterprise risk management. This leads to the final dimension, sovereignty itself. Too often, sovereignty is misunderstood as a political concept, something for regulators or governments to worry about. But sovereignty is a leadership responsibility. Sovereignty is not about avoiding dependency. That's neither practical nor necessary. The real question is, who is defining those decisions? It is about managing dependency deliberately, ensuring that risks are understood, control points are defined, and accountability remains with the enterprise. Because when conditions change, and they will, leaders must be able to answer: who controls our intelligence? Who bears the risk? Who can intervene, and who is accountable? That is sovereignty in practice, not isolation, but accountability under pressure. Taken together, these 4 ideas form a single coherent truth. Ownership is optionality. Affordability is architecture. Data control is sovereignty, and sovereignty is accountability. This is not about slowing down AI adoption. It is about ensuring that as AI becomes embedded in how organizations operate, it remains trusted, governed, and under deliberate control. Because this is where the conversation is going next. If sovereignty defines control, then the next question is, how does AI actually operate inside the enterprise? In the coming month, we move into this next phase, exploring agentic AI and the future operating model, where AI is no longer just a tool, but an active participant in decision-making, and where governance, architecture, and leadership design become more critical than ever. At Business AI, we believe one thing clearly: AI should not create dependency at scale. It should create trusted intelligence that enables organizations to work smarter, lead with confidence, and build toward a future of real sustainable capability.